Peregrine falcon versus goshawk. Who would win a fight between these two birds? Hawks and falcons are raptors, or birds of prey. They are both skilled hunters, but go about their hunting activity in different ways. Their differences in size, color patterns, and diets also set the two apart. Peregrine falcons are incredibly impressive hunters and are one of the most unique species on the planet. This is because they are the fastest animals on Earth. These skilled flyers are both impressive and adaptable to a number of different environments. The peregrine falcon is a well-respected falconry bird due to its strong hunting ability, high trainability, versatility, and availability via captive breeding. The goshawk is one of the more powerful accipiters, or true hawks, primarily short-winged, forest-dwelling bird catchers, of which the northern goshawk is best known. Originally called goosehawk, perhaps because of its size and its finely barred grey plumage, this bird is perhaps the most well-known and widespread species. It has long been used in falconry, where it once was reserved for the higher clergy. Size and description. Peregrine falcons are quick, large predatory raptors. The falcon's strong, sharp yellow talons allow it to capture other birds, even while in flight. The wings and tail are bluish-grey, while the back and head are a darker brown. Sometimes the cheeks can have a dark brown, tear-shaped mark. The bird's chin and neck are white, and each eye is surrounded by a yellow circle. Dark brown bars run across its white chest. If the wings are open, dark brown bars across the wings are also visible. Peregrine falcons are about 1.5 feet, 0.4 meters tall, with a wingspan of 3.5 feet, 1 meter, and weigh around 2.2 to 3.3 pounds, 1 to 1.5 kilogram. Like most birds of prey, female peregrine falcons are slightly larger than males. They are typically 15 to 20% larger and 40 to 50% heavier than males. Adult northern goshawks are bluish-grey on the back, wings and tail, and pearly-grey on the breast and underparts. The dark grey cap is accented by a light grey stripe above the red eye. Like most birds of prey, female goshawks are larger than males. A typical female is 25 inches, 65 centimeters long, has a wingspread of 45 inches, 115 centimeters, and weighs 2.2 pounds, 1 kilogram. While the average male is 19.5 inches, 50 centimeters in length, with a wingspread of 39 inches, 100 centimeters, and weighs 2 pounds, 880 grams. Habitat and range. These falcons are extremely widespread birds, and there are subspecies across the planet. They are found in Australia, China, India, Russia, much of Europe, Africa, Western South America and North America, as well as the American Northeast. Some of these subspecies have been reduced to dwindling numbers by human activity, but the population as a whole remains stable. Deserts, seashores, mangroves, wetlands, tundra, grasslands, dry forests, scrubland and craggy mountains are places one might find a peregrine falcon. They can be found in urban environments, mountains and cliffsides, river valleys and coasts. Some will migrate during winter to more forgiving climates, but many are year-round residents. Northern goshawks have an incredibly wide range. They live from Alaska through Canada and into North America. Their range even extends south into Mexico. Across the pond, These birds live throughout much of Europe and across Asia to the eastern coasts of Russia. Their populations do not extend into the extreme polar regions in the north. Though widespread, this species has relatively specific habitat preferences. They live in coniferous forests and deciduous forests. Of these forests, they inhabit mostly mature sections with large trees and the occasional open area. Their preferences do vary from region to region, and populations in different areas live in different types of forests. They also inhabit mountain forests as well, though they do migrate during the winter to warmer areas. Diet. Peregrine falcons hunt by flying very high, then stooping in spectacular dive to strike prey out of the air. Large prey may be knocked out of the air and fed upon on the ground where it falls. It also pursues prey in level flight, after having spotted it from a perch or while flying. It may fly very low over ground or sea, taking prey by surprise. It feeds on a wide variety of birds. Pigeons are often favored prey around cities, and ducks and shorebirds often taken along coast. It's known to take prey as large as loons, geese, large gulls, and as small as songbirds. It also eats a few mammals, seldom insects, and rarely carrion. Goshawks hunt by perching quietly at mid-levels in trees, watching for prey, often moving from one perch to another. When prey is spotted, the hawk attacks with a short flight, putting on a great burst of speed, and often plunging through tangled branches and thickets in pursuit of quarry. It sometimes searches for prey by flying low through woods. They feed on many medium-sized birds, such as grouse and crows, also many squirrels, rabbits, and snowshoe hares. It also eats some small birds, small rodents, snakes, and insects. Behavior. Peregrine falcons are not particularly social birds. They will remain solitary or in pairs. These birds are monogamous, which means they choose a partner and typically mate for life. Pairs will defend territories during the breeding season, and each pair is at least 3/4 of a mile away from the next. Solitary birds searching for a mate will perform aerial acrobatics. These acrobatic skills translate well into predatory skills, and females will pick a male that can provide well for her chicks. Males will even pass food to females in mid-air in an attempt to woo them. Goshawks are usually solitary or live in mated pairs. Though they are usually monogamous, both the male and the female have their own territory outside of breeding season. These territories do overlap, but they do not interact frequently with one another. During the breeding season, mated pairs defend their territories aggressively against other hawks, as well as potential predators. Now let's see, who will win a fight between a peregrine falcon and a northern goshawk? They don't really share the same habitats, and in my experience, aggressive behavior between these two species would be related to defending nesting territory on the rare occasion that one or the other wandered too close to a nest site. A female peregrine and a male goshawk are of a similar size and weight. A peregrine, being a falcon, has a kill shot, a specially adapted notch on the bill that is used to sever the cervical vertebrate. A goshawk does not. A goshawk feeds by subduing its prey and tearing and eating. A peregrine swoops from height, gaining speed, and smashes into its target and breaks its neck with that adapted bill. The goshawk has stronger feet and longer legs, which would give it better reach on the ground. However, most times the fight is going to be aerial, and therefore the peregrine will have the advantage and dominate most times. Peregrines are credited with being able to dominate virtually any other bird in aggressive encounters. The fact that they can essentially move into dimensions that the goshawk can't, with higher speeds, implies that the peregrine would win the overwhelming majority of serious encounters. Maybe the goshawk is more powerful, but peregrines can actually dispatch large eagles. So on the ground, I'd bet on a goshawk. In the air, a peregrine would have to have selected the goshawk as prey. That's all for today. Thank you so much for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell button.